1. All right. Sorry for the delay and whatever, but now Jackson has left after he said that terrible statement. So who do you think showed out for the first and second round for these first and second round series in the playoffs?
Player team.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. For me, for the West, I'll say Desmond Bain. He showed up in the first round. He showed the world like he's really improved, and he's a good secondary option in the league. And I'll say Jalen Brunson. I think he showed that he can coexist beside Luka, and he can be that guy that can help Luka win some games in the playoffs. And then for the East, I'll say Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown as a whole, as a duo, they both showed up this year with some vengeance on their mind and trying to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, those are my players.
Oh, I'm gonna go Jalen Brunson, obviously without Luka. Jason Tatum obviously outplayed KD that whole series. I'm gonna go Tyrese Maxey showed up a lot in that first series. With Harden being more of a facilitator. Tyrese Maxey stepped up being a big scorer for that team. And he had an amazing game 2, I believe that was, where he had like 8 threes or something. I might be mistaken, but he had a terrific game 2. And another player, who stepped up would have to be Jordan Poole for sure. He stepped up a lot.
Yeah. I say the players stepped up a lot. Well, for these last game 7s, let's start off with the West. Let's start off with the Suns and the Mavs. Like, what does each team have to do to win the game? We can start off with the Mavs. What do the Mavs have to do?
On to the first hurdle first.
The Mavs have to wait. Hold on. Wait, you go first.
Okay. I'll say for the Mavs, I say their role players like Reggie Bullock, Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, like those guys have to hit their shots and have to play phenomenal defense. And they have to understand that the Phoenix crowd is gonna be rowdy, it's gonna be loud. Like you might not be able to hear each other, but if you know your personnel, know what you do, and sticking to your role and having to play one of your best games of your career, just know you have to step up. Jason Kidd challenged him this series that the other guys need to step up along with Luka, because Luka can't do it all by himself. Like Luka can drop 50 and they still lose because the other guys didn't step up. So I feel like if they have the understanding to stepping up and understanding that their roles, I feel like they'll win game 7.
I already kind of speak on what Mavericks have to do. I speak on that whole game already pretty much. Somebody has to match Luka, has to be Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, somebody. And the Suns just have to just execute their game plan and not fall behind early and just show up. The other game, huh?
For the Suns, I say CP3 has to show up.
Yeah, but CP3 has the 2 games they lost in these last 2 road games they lost. He's played bad. He usually doesn't play bad at home, so it makes sense that CP3 is the player that has to play good. But I feel like if that's what it comes down to, then the Suns are gonna win, because I just don't see CP3 having a bad home game 7. The other side,
Boston and the Bucks. Boston and Milwaukee.
Yeah, that is just gonna come down to grit. Like who wants it more? Like Giannis is gonna do what he does: 40 and 15, 40 and 20, 35 and 20. Tatum is gonna do what he does. It's gonna come down to, I just feel like the role players, the players like especially for Boston. Like at home, that's where a lot of the role players step up, like Grant Williams and Al Horford, Marcus Smart. I feel like they have to be hitting their shots, their wide open shots. And yeah, in Milwaukee, it can be a big gap in the 3-pointers made like last game. Milwaukee had 7 made threes that whole game. That's not gonna cut it. Boston had 17. That's a big gap in threes. So it Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis. Milwaukee needs to give Bobby Portis minutes if they want to win this game. A lot of these minutes they're giving to Brook Lopez should be given to Bobby Portis, and it's shown like when they give him minutes, he shows up. So I thought Bobby Portis is probably the biggest factor for me personally if the Bucks want to win this game, because he's the person that I can see going on the road, having that dog mentality, doing what it takes to get the win. Besides Giannis,
For me, I would say for Boston, it all rides on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum scored 46. Brown had a phenomenal game. I think he put over 25 that game, put over 25 last game. And then you also had Big Al, who I don't know what's got into Al Horford, but he's playing probably the best basketball he's been playing throughout his whole career. I feel like those three, and then Marcus Smart has to not turn over the ball. He has to hit his wide open shots. Grant Williams has to play phenomenal defense on Giannis, and Daniel Tice has to alter shots and make people miss at the rim. And then for the Bucks, I'll say Drew Holiday has to hit his shots. They got to give Bobby Portis more minutes, because whenever you give Bobby Portis more minutes, he'll give you more production. So basically, if you give him 30, I say Milwaukee has to give him 30 minutes this game. If Milwaukee doesn't give him 30 minutes this game, then they're gonna lose. Then their shooters have to hit their shots, like Grayson Allen, Connaughton. You can add in Holiday. Holiday does have to hit shots. Bobby has to hit corner threes as well, and Brook has to hit his shots. If those guys show up along with Giannis, because I know at the end of the day we can count on Giannis to show up and show out. I just feel like Milwaukee takes the series, to me, in my opinion. Zero, do you have any last words?
Yeah, we see if you've been listening to this whole podcast or just any podcast, when the pressure is put on to your boy Jackson Brownlee, he folds and he runs from that atmosphere. That boy can't handle that pressure. Hey, this is my advice to anybody if you want to succeed in the podcasting industry or just communication in general. If you let your emotions dictate your responses or just control you, you're not going to be very successful. That's all I got to say.
Nah, that's in life too. You can't let your emotions get the best of you. Well, that's another episode of the Sports Dan podcast, and see you on the next one.